Hi, I'm Elaine and welcome to my kitchen. Well, I hope that you all are having a wonderful weekend. We have some cold, rainy weather today, so I decided it would be a good day to make some potato soup. So let's go ahead and get this started. I'm going to turn you down so you can see. Okay. There we go. All right, now in this container I have 6 cups of potatoes and I have 2 onions cut up. Now those potatoes are red potatoes. I do like those better because when you're boiling them and cooking red potatoes, they hold their shape better than a lot of the other ones do, and they don't mush up as bad. So we're going to go ahead and put that in the Dutch oven. I have my large Dutch oven here. And then to that, I'm going to add a 32-ounce carton of chicken stock. And just pour that right in over the potatoes and the onions. All right. Now, come over here, get some water. Okay, I'm going to cover the rest of those potatoes with water. And I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of chicken soup base. I'm using Better Than Bullion, but you can use whatever you like. And just stir that in. Whoops. I got some comments starting to go on, I think, from the peanut gallery back there. My husband was standing over my shoulder laughing at something. Okay, and then to that we're going to add about a teaspoon of salt. You don't want to add too much salt because that Better Than Bullion has salt along with the chicken stock as well, and some of the other ingredients that we're going to be adding later on. So I don't want to add too much salt. I don't want that to get too salty. Okay, and just a good shaking of pepper. And we're going to bring this to a boil. And when that comes to a boil, we're going to turn the heat down on it and put the lid on it and let it cook for about 20 minutes. So I'll be back with you when this comes to a boil and has cooked for about 20 minutes. And I'll show you what to do next. Okay, I'm back and our potatoes and onions are done. So let me just turn you down here so you can see a little better what we're going to do next. And it took them about 15 minutes to get done here. So now what I'm going to add is, this is 1 pound of bacon that I cooked earlier and crumbled, and I'm just going to pour that right in and stir that around a little bit. And we're going to add about 1 pint of heavy whipping cream. Now I didn't have a 1 pint container, but I had a quart container, so I'm going to add about half of that. And we're just going to stir that around a little bit. It smells really good. I put that cream in it, and boy, that smells real good. Okay, and then to that, I'm going to, right now, whoops, my timer is still set and I don't need my timer anymore. Okay, right now I'm going to turn this on and get this almost to a boil. We don't want to bring it all the way to a boil, but I'm going to bring it almost to a boil. And then I'm going to add 1/3 a cup of cornstarch and some more. I'm just going to put enough water in here to make a pourable paste, and we're going to thicken this up. So let me grab my water. Take me just a second. Alright. I'm just going to stir this till it's smooth, and when this starts to get close to starting to boil, I'm going to add this to it. Now this is a very, very quick recipe to make when you're working and you come in from work on those cold nights like that, and this will just hit the spot, and it does not take long to put together at all. In fact, you could peel your potatoes and onions ahead of time and put the chicken stock and everything over them, the water, and put them in the refrigerator, and then when you came home from work you could just plop that right down on the stove and start cooking it, and you'd have dinner in probably about less than 30 minutes. So my mother used to do that a lot when I was growing up because she worked, and that was the way she needed something like that, especially on those cold nights, because we walked home from school and it would be pretty cold out. I grew up in the Midwest, so in the Midwest it does get pretty cold in the winter months, but anyway, and we're just about there. So I can see it's starting to get hot again, so I'm going to go ahead at this point and add this cornstarch. And after we add the cornstarch, we're going to let it cook about another 10 minutes and just start to get thick. And when that happens, it'll be ready. Now at this point, if you want to add a little more pepper, you can, and I'm going to. Okay, and I'm going to turn my heat down because this is starting to boil, come to a boil, and I don't want it to come to a boil. I just want it to start thickening now at this point. And you can see how that looks. It is starting to thicken a little bit. And if it's not quite thick enough to suit you, you can always add a little bit more cornstarch and water and just stir that into it and get it a little thicker if you like. So I'm going to continue to cook this, and when it gets done and I get ready to plate this up, I'll be back with you. Okay, our soup is done and I have it put in the bowl, so let me turn you down so you can see it. Okay, now this bowl here is my husband's, and I put him some crackers down there and put a little cheese on it. Now you can also cut up green onions and put that on top of it too, and that's really good. I just didn't have any, or I would have done that for him because I know he likes onions, so I would have done that, but didn't have any. And here's mine right here, and I've just put the cheese on it. So let me turn you back up. Okay. And I'm going to be listing these ingredients below so that if you want to make this, you can. And so I do thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a great rest of the weekend. And if you found this video helpful and you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe and share it with somebody that you think might enjoy it. Okay, so we're going to eat, and we'll see you next time. Have a great Valentine's Day tomorrow.